I was a child. That last night, you played in the backyard in your pajamas. What? We don't want you playing outside in your pajamas. You're grounded tomorrow. What the fuck? So I was grounded for a day because I played outside in my pajamas. But I cheated like 5 minutes of TV by sneak watching from around the corner, so who's the rebellious one now? There's this golf course a block or two down from my house that had a little lake, and my dad and I would ride our bikes to it every once in a while to feed the ducks. Also, yes, I know ducks shouldn't eat bread. If you didn't know that, don't feed wild ducks bread. Give them candy bars. We were feeding the ducks, minding our own business, when all of a sudden we hear from across the lake, Mabel! Mabel! There was a neighborhood of houses next to the golf course so people could look out and see the golfers, and in the distance across the lake, some lady was yelling, Mabel! Mabel! Wonder where Mabel is. Mabel, get over here! What are you doing? She's talking to me. Mabel, you're in so much trouble! My dad and I didn't know what to do. This lady in the distance thought I was Mabel when I was not Mabel. I am Jaden, but she didn't know that. Mabel, what are you doing? Get back here! We pedaled away. Now, let's put ourselves in the point of view of this lady across the lake. She walks out into her backyard. What a wonderful evening. I think I'm gonna treat myself to some relaxation time out in my backyard. Working my 9-to-5 job and managing 3 children as a single mom sure is hard work, especially since my doctor says I need to lower my stress because it's starting to take a toll on my depression. Okay, maybe a bit too much creative interpretation. She's in the backyard, she looks out across the lake, and what? Who's that? Is that little old Mabel across the lake? How'd she get there? And wait, is that a strange man with her? What the? Mabel, what are you doing? Get over here! That girl is in so much trouble when she gets back home. I've told her so many times about the dangers of... Is she running away with him? I hope Mabel wasn't in too much trouble when she got back home. Sorry, Mabel. This story didn't happen necessarily during my childhood, more teenagehood, but I think it's kind of funny, so I'm telling it. I went ice skating with a couple of friends one winter, maybe when I was 15, 16. It was busy, but not too busy. Side note, one time my friend invited me to go ice skating, and we were the only 2 there. It was dope, but also felt like a weird ice rink Twilight Zone. Anyway, so we were skating around, you know, like what we went there to do. I'm not anywhere near close to a good ice skater, but I hadn't fallen on my butt or head, so I considered it a successful day. After a while, we decided to do one more loop around the rink, and right before we were done, this little boy skates up to me. I wasn't very old at the time, but he was definitely younger than me, maybe 13 or something, I don't know. I looked down at him confused, and he goes, "I like your hat." Oh, by the way, I was wearing a knitted hat that looked like a raccoon, so it was a good hat. "Will you hold something for me?" Oh, okay. And I'll never forget what he says. This is possibly one of the smoothest things I've ever heard from a little 13-year-old boy. So he goes, "Will you hold something for me?" And I go like, okay, what is it? And he goes, "My hand." I had no expectations on what he was gonna say, but that one definitely caught me off guard. I was so startled by his... what would you even call that? Pickup line request? That I stumbled back, forgetting I was on ice skates. I didn't fall, but I definitely did one of those weird twisty maneuvers that your body pulls when it's off balance and trying not to fall down. The boy skated off because I think he wasn't expecting to actually physically startle me. Thinking about it, if you were to try and use a pickup line on someone and their immediate response is to be so surprised they almost fall backwards, I don't know how to interpret that. Obviously, it's not what you want, but, I mean, that's gotta be some sort of achievement. I wonder what would have happened if I decided to say yes to that kid instead of being a freaked out spaz. Maybe there was something there and we could have had a whole future with each other and had great times together, and I'll never know. He's out there in the world right now and I'm talking about him and he probably doesn't even know it. Do you like to make up fake life scenarios for other people? I'm gonna pretend he's going to university to be an orthopedic surgeon. Look it up. Okay, I'll just tell you. It's a doctor who specializes in hands. See where I'm... Yeah. What if he tells his story every once in a while to his friends? Dude, no, like, this one time when I was like 13, I ice skated up to this random girl in an ice rink and asked her to hold my hand, even though I didn't know her. Lol, random. She slipped on the ice though, and it was weird. I just skated away. Meh, yeah, nah, I actually don't really care. My life's pretty fine without him. Have fun with your hand surgeries, my dude. Bye.